All right, we are back, and today we have Matt the Beast Garretson on the show. Matt is he is known for the treadmill interviews.
Yeah, that's what I can do right now. I mean, I can do a stair step if you want.
This time he's got the camera in front of him though, instead of having to walk and look to the side to trip
Yeah,
himself
I
up.
don't want to bust my ass this time.
Um, so Matt's coming off of a big knockout win, and in his recent boxing match over George White from I believe he's from Princeton,
I think so.
Princeton or Bluefield, down that
Yeah, I
area.
think that's what was said. I'm not 100% positive on that. I don't. I know it sounds insulting that I can't remember, but I think that's where he said he trained.
I watched that fight. I was watching live on pay per view, and one thing stood out, man. Like George has really improved. I saw him fight in the amateurs. I saw him fight in like rough and rowdy, tough man type stuff, and I never saw him win a tournament. But as good as he looked against you, he would have definitely won everything that I saw him fight and lose as an amateur. Like he would have wrecked those guys as good as he is now. But I believe you were just too much for him, too smart, too much experience. Um,
That's what I told him. It's like my experience got to him. Uh, I knew his. I've watched his fights too, like a couple of them, and he comes out. He's a ball of energy. You know, you seen the very first thing he did. He ran across the ring and swung at me,
yeah,
and I didn't move. Just like I said, I'm too old. I can't spend that kind of time just throwing, wasting punches and things like that. And that's where the experience comes in that I pick my shots and things like that. And so if we were on the same level, same experience level, he probably could have had me. But like you said, my experience, the footwork, things like that, that's what gave me the edge.
yeah, he did. I'd say whoever helped him with his game plan, they did a great job because he was doing what he needed to do early on. It just in the end, just you were just too much. So the experience, the experience definitely helped you there. But it was a good match. What was that? Was that second or third round
Second
finish?
round.
Second round. Yeah, I know it's been God. That's been a month and a half ago. Yeah, I watched it live. I've only seen the fight one time. I watched it live, but yeah, it was a good match. So yeah, you've been busy, man. I know busier than you had been. Like over the years, you had trouble getting fights, so you might fight one time a year, if that.
Yeah.
But 2024, you were really busy. I think you fought here in
Fought three times for you, and I fought once for
mhm,
Chase. I had four fights in a year.
yeah,
Double check. So I fought in March against Steve McBride. Then I fought in June. What's it against
July,
Jones? June,
July Jones, yeah,
and then I fought Beg-
Karshner,
Karshner at the end of November, and
yeah,
then beginning of December I fought White.
yeah. So it's yeah, you've had a busy time for sure.
Yeah, I missed that part because that way I don't. I mean, I've knocked the ring rust off. I like to feel like I did because, like you said, if I'm only fighting once a year, stuff that it just accumulates back up, and
Yeah,
I get anxious and things like that because, like when I fought Karshner, I'm not, again, not taking anything from him. He beat me. But I guess when it was a big fight and then I'm still getting used to everything, I didn't fight how I should have, because, like, I mean, you could tell the difference in just a couple of weeks, like fighting Karshner and fighting White. I fought two different ways, two different, and, so maybe I can get some more fights, get a couple more wins and come back and try it again.
yeah. It's hard to. I mean, when you're rusty and you're not been at it, either you're gonna come out and just blow your load and screw yourself over, or you're gonna hold back too much. And I've
Yeah.
seen that out of you in a few fights where there was a few fights I just thought you were gonna come out and wreck people. And it was just like you weren't pulling the trigger. And a few of those times you weren't in the best shape, but you were like, all right, I'm gonna hold off till like I'm going to do this work. You pace yourself for the third round, fourth round. And you're really held back early, and then you would like gas out later in the fight, and then like you never
Yes.
really got to let anything go.
Yeah. Like when I fought Rich Wine and Slocum, like I
Yeah,
blew my
especially the
load.
Slocum fight, especially Slocum. You got, I mean, that was a war, but both of you guys were really tired. But I think you were in a weird spot as far as training went at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
And
lot
then
heavier than you are now.
Yeah, and then I fought McBride, and I like you said, I held back hard
Yeah,
because that's why I don't watch fight other guys fight because I watch his old fights. He likes to take his old fights. He likes to take people down, ground and pound. So I said, well, I'm gonna get him out of his element. I'm gonna I'm gonna stand up with him, and I wasn't ready for him to start banging,
yeah.
and then I didn't want to engage because I was like, well, he's gonna take me down. And it's gonna put me in his game plan. So I I ended up got tired of getting hit, so I went to take him down.
He surprised me with his hands. That
Oh
really
yeah,
was not. He wasn't known for that when he was active. But I think when he made his comeback, he was basically training all boxing. But I don't think we knew that. You certainly didn't know it. I
oh,
didn't know
hell
it
no.
either. In his first fight back when he fought Billy Poe, he was doing really good. He got tired, like gassed out middle of the first round, but he was looking good, and that surprised me because he's a wrestler, not really. He's never really been into jujitsu or kickboxing. He's just really was just a pure wrestler early in his career, but since coming back, like man, his hands are looking sharp,
Yeah,
and
very,
if
very,
once he gets in, if he can get into the kind of shape he was in years ago, he's going to be a dangerous guy.
very. Yeah, like
He's older, the experience. Yeah,
he talked to me after this fight and said that we need to run it back in a boxing fight. I told him I would. I was like, I don't
yeah,
care. I
yeah.
was like, sure.
He told me he's ready. He's ready to go. Well, he's battling some injuries when he's ready for that fight. But like once his shoulder's good and he's back to training properly, like that's the fight he wants. He wants you in boxing.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Because I'm in a weird spot right now, uh, fight wise. Cause I'm two boxing wins from a title fight. I'm one MMA win from a title fight to be an even record. I don't have the best record. Took some fights, later, at times that I shouldn't have, and I'm paying for it now and trying to play catch up. And it's really hard because I still, I'm not trying to, pat myself on the back of me, but I still have enough of a name to where it looks good on a record that somebody beat me, but my record sucks and nobody wants to really book me
yeah.
unless I'm patting a record.
Well, you're a risky fight because like your record's not good, but you're good. So that's definitely a risk. So somebody like there's guys I know that are 4-0, 5-0 that wouldn't stand a chance with you. Um, and like even though like your record is like 4-6 boxing, I think, or four and
Four and
five.
six and 4 and 5 MMA.
So even though your record's worse, like you're way ahead of these guys skill wise. Just on paper, it doesn't make sense for them to risk an undefeated record against a guy with a losing record. But your losses were to some really really good fighters.
Yes.
I mean, going out to Vegas fighting on Floyd Mayweather cards against his people. So
Yeah, then I
you're
fought
going
Travis
fighting.
Clark. I fought a guy from Travis Clark's camp. I don't remember that fight. It's some like Rocky Four Russian. Uh, I don't know, seriously. Like he was huge. And I don't remember the fight after that.
So
But
Travis Clark is a name that I know, and I know he's good. I've never watched him fight, but like I've seen stuff. Even before I was running my promotion, which is really when he was bigger, was before I got into running New Line. Social media wasn't like big like it is now, so his name wasn't out there like the casual fans. Like the
yeah,
people who really pay attention, yeah, they all know that guy. I can't remember
yeah,
his name, his nickname, but
the terror.
the Terror, yeah. Big,
Yeah, he was.
scary, bald headed guy, incredible boxer, kickboxer, MMA fighter, all of it.
Yeah, he came back. Well, he was just turned pro when I started. So I was on like Jerry Thomas's cards, fighting on wheeling and stuff, and he was always the main event and stuff like that. And then I'm not sure if he was on an MMA card I was on. I can't 100% say that. I can't remember. Uh, but yeah, then like I said, I got offered a fight. I had to fight in Moundsville prison against him. I was like, you know what? Hell with it. Went 6 rounds with him. But, and, even out of shape, I can do that somehow. Like I said, it's one of those fights that I said I shouldn't have took, but I did.
Yeah. It's like nothing else is on the table. Nobody's offering anything else to you. So, I mean, it's
That's what I
like,
mean. Nobody's.
yeah, you're wanting to fight, and this is the only thing you're being offered. So,
Yeah, and it was I think it was years before I fought, or a year or two before I fought them as well.
Yeah,
That's all I can get. And I contact promoters. Hey, what do you got? I said, well, we got this 14-2.
that's it. That's all they. Yeah,
Yeah, and I was like, and then they use the normal buzzwords. Oh, he has a funny bite, tough. You could test him. He has a funny bite, good. I was like, I've been hitting the head a lot, but I'm not stupid yet.
yeah.
I know the game. I know the game.
Yeah, I've been told that a few times. This guy's a bum coming off the couch, or they'll lie about his height, weight, stuff like that. Like, yeah, he's six
Yeah,
foot one, 260, no muscle, all fat. And you show up and he's 6'5", built like a middle linebacker in the NFL. Who is
yeah,
this?
exactly.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. They'll as long as they can get your signature on a paper and get you in the door. That's all they care about.
I've warned some up and comers about it too, about that as well. It's like, oh yeah, I got this place. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
I was like, let me guess, they
yeah.
said this to you. And it's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, don't listen to that. Those are words that, like you said, words
That's
you sign the paper.
So that's something I always try to be honest with everybody. And like if I tell you something that ends up not being true, it's because I was lied to about it. So it's I'm dealing with so many people that I don't do hardcore research on people anymore like I used to. I'll get the basics and I pass it along, and then I kind of expect, like, if I come to you, hey Matt, I have this guy, I don't know a lot about him. This is his record, trains at this place, let me know. And then at that point, I'm expecting, because I'm looking at probably 40 other fighters, and like this is the only name I've given you. You're going to dig into him, and you're going to find some stuff out. So
Yeah, it's,
yeah, so that's your coaches. Like a lot of guys, I'll just tell their coaches, I'll give them a name. Here's the guy. He trains at this place. Let me know. Like, and I don't really pass along much else because I don't have much else. Just look into him. Let me know what you think. A lot of time, like I'll tell them, like, somebody will say, it's my first fight, never done anything, and then I pass the name along. And it turns out the guy has a ton of stuff, especially with like USA Boxing, because it doesn't show up on BoxRec. So they'll like Skylar Muller recently took a fight, and it was in Texas, and I think they told him the opponent was like 6-6 or 5-6 or something like that. So he looked on BoxRec. Yeah, that's what it showed. It was like 5-6 amateur going pro. Well, those 5 or 6 fights, the only ones that showed up on his record were all from like USA Boxing National Championships or like Golden Glove World Championships or something like that. Like, and it didn't include everything else. Turns out the guy was an 8-time national champion boxing, and he was trying to go to the Olympics, but he turned 18 too late. He turned 18 like after the Olympics, so he was still 17. So they wouldn't let him fight. So yeah, the dude probably had like 200 wins, but they told Skylar he was 5-6, and he took it, and he lost, and the dude was like the number one amateur in the country. It happens. It happens.
yeah,
It's very unfortunate, but it happens.
yeah,
But I just try to be honest, man. Just try to always be honest with people. I'm not gonna have all the info. People are gonna leave stuff out with me, and I'm probably not gonna find it. And I'm just hoping somebody does. Um, but yeah,
that's why I
Because
tell
when I
people
was
it's like,
fighting as an amateur, I was lied to a few times. I mean, when you're going into like tough man, you don't really know anything about anybody. There's 50 names in your weight class, and you don't. I mean, it's like whatever. And I know like
yeah,
they would do their like Jerry would do his best to make sure nobody was lying, but like there's people going to slip through because I mean, when you're looking at 100 people, you're probably going to miss something. There was this guy from Kentucky that had a ton of fights that got in a tough man and really hurt some people, and nobody knew until after it was all over he shouldn't have done it. He had way too
yeah,
many fights to be in a tough man. They banned
for
him after
sure.
that, but they didn't catch it early enough.
For sure. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that crap.
Yeah. So I know you've had a busy 2024. Do you have anything on the schedule for 25 yet? I know you're
Yeah,
looking.
I'm looking at it 'cause I've talked to you about your cards. I've talked to Chase about his cards. I got asked about a fight in February. It's still up in the air. I'm not sure about that one.
Mhm.
Um, but like I said, I'm just looking and waiting. Like I said, I'm at that moment to where, cause like I said, where I'm so close to a title fight and possibly an actual title, and I can't throw it away because in reality, I'm probably not going to get another shot if I fail this one.
Yeah.
You know, because
So
I'm older and I'm chewed up. So I think it's my last shot.
yeah, just make your last run, train, stay healthy, stay ready. I know we're looking, we're looking at the McBride fight and a few others, hoping to get you something booked soon. But yeah, when we scheduled this, I was like, yeah, I know we don't have anything coming up, but you had a busy year, so we got some things to talk about. Uh,
Yeah.
the Karshner fight was something I don't think we've had a chance to really talk much about either. So tell me about that. Jeremy's a guy that had a rough start to his career. He started out pro boxing 0-6, started out pro MMA 0-3, and he is currently on a 9 fight winning streak across 2 years. He's been training with an Olympic gold medal boxer, and that guy has played a major role in helping him out. Like Jeremy had a lot of tools that were great. He was more of a MMA type and kickboxing type of guy. But yeah, he got with that boxing coach, man, and just like really like cleaned some things up in his game. So tell me about that fight. Like, what was it like leading up to the fight, coming into it, and then like the fight itself, and then like tell me what your thoughts on all of it.
Well, I
That
mean, I
was your
was
most recent title fight in the championship of our Grand Prix tournament.
yeah. I mean, I trained and you know working at the school with Bill and everything. Like I said, I love everybody there. Just I'm the only actual kickboxer. You know, everybody else is boxing, wrestlers, jujitsu, stuff like that, and there's never anything wrong with it. But everybody did their best to help me. I'm not taking anything away from that. And like I said, like train with Brandon Boggs, he kicks different and stuff, but it works for him. So you know, he was my sparring partner and things. So it was just different. But going into the fight, like I was able to do like kick wise what I wanted, but his legs were a lot sturdier than I thought they were. So I was planning on chopping him down the whole time. But his hand speed was good. He threw like we talked about it and it was true. He threw a high volume of punches. Like I never like I know I took a knee because it was either take a knee or get it stopped because he was hitting me a lot and I wasn't answering him. Uh, so I took a knee so I could keep fighting and I paid for that. Like I said, he played his game and it worked. Like I said, a lot faster than me, which I expected that. His legs never worried me, but I threw so many kicks that for I had to go to work. And for like two, almost, well, actually, until the white fight, I was limping. My legs were so swollen and chewed up.
Yeah, there was only like 4 weeks between those two fights too,
Yeah, like 3 or 4 weeks.
or 3 weeks.
It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't long. And like I said, I was so
Yeah, three
chewed up
weeks.
and my legs were so swollen that I
Mm-hmm.
limped for that whole time. And I literally stopped a couple days before the fight. And, you know, everybody told me that Carson was talking about it like his legs hurting after the fight. I was like, well, only if I actually did more than what I thought, you know,
Yeah,
I
no,
threw
he
more
was hurt.
kicks.
We talked. I talked to him after that. You did a number on his legs, for sure.
That was my goal because I know I wasn't going to beat his hand speed.
Yeah,
And like I said, his volume. I know I wasn't because I'm not a high volume puncher. I just throw really fucking hard. But I can throw high volume and kicks and I know I throw hard. So I was like, looking at his stance in past fights and stuff, said, okay, I can chop him down. So I didn't get in the way I wanted to. And I mean, he won. I mean, that's it. I didn't. I should have pressed the gas on my punches. You know, I should have just went in and just started throwing, and I didn't, and that's my fault.
yeah.
But yeah, that's how that went, I guess.
It's one of those
Live and
fights.
learn.
Like early in the fight, if you would have really opened up more, he would have just used his footwork because you were in a 30-foot cage. He had plenty of room to move, and
Yeah,
he moves really well. And I mean he's probably going to be a cruiserweight when he boxes again. He's walking around at like 210, 215. So he's really fast, but I feel like you slowed him down, and He was like Jeremy's a guy that in a 6 round boxing match, he doesn't. He's still as quick in round 5 and 6 as he is in 1 and 2, but in that kickboxing match, you really slowed him down. Like after the first 3 rounds, like he was not the same guy. He didn't have the same movement, so he really had to settle down more and throw a little more because he couldn't move as much. And he couldn't really get away from you the way he was earlier in the fight. So you had a little more success later, but it was still a good match. But like he was good enough that you were scoring the leg kicks, but he was staying away from your hands, so he wasn't giving you that chance.
That's what I was the original plan was to do was to slow him down with my legs and then go in and throw punches. I did the leg part and I didn't commit to the punches like I should
Yeah,
have. And like I said, that I didn't stick with the game plan.
yeah,
I don't know if it was, you know, the anxiety of being such a big fight, or I was afraid of blowing my load and didn't want to go hard because I know I had 6 rounds to go. I don't know. All I know is I hesitated and it cost me.
then that your second fight, you really or the sorry, not the second fight, the fight after that must have been in your head. You know, like, hey, I held back too much, and then you went into the fight with George, and you just let him go.
Yeah,
You didn't like.
that's
I
what I
mean, you
mean.
weren't like so aggressive that you were going to wear yourself out, but you were smart about it. I mean, you were boxing. You were just boxing smart, but you were letting your hands go more than you have been lately, and I really like that. And George did a great job, but he just ran into a different a version of Matt that we hadn't seen in a little bit.
Yeah, I said I haven't fought like that in years, I guess, and
Yeah,
it's so. I mean, like I said, I look at McBride. I didn't throw punches. I don't think I hit him with a punch that whole fight.
no,
I don't think I did.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. You and Steven, your game is so different. Like he's got these quick little tight shots. I don't know if he had a ton of power on him, but like he lands. It's effective. It works. And then your punches are a little bigger, like probably less volume, bigger shots. But I believe you landed some leg kicks on him though.
Oh yeah, I hit those a lot. And like I said, I got tired of getting punched. He messed my face up. I won't lie. But like I said, you get tired of getting hit eventually, and I just went take him down. I went for broke, and it's like I know I have a ground game.
Yeah,
I mean, all my wins in MMA have been by submission.
yeah. That's how you got that one. Steven's an incredible wrestler, but he definitely lacks in the submission side of it. So you took advantage of that. When you hit the ground, which shocked. I figured it would be like a clash of styles on the ground, but a good fight. But it was just like
Yeah,
it was a little more one sided on the ground than I expected it to be.
that's what people like. I had people I work with watching it at work, and they were like, "We were worried about you because you just kept taking hits, and then you hit the ground and you turn into some kind of blender." It's like you just turned into a completely different fighter and done all this. I'm like, I don't know. I'm an opportunist. I'll grab whatever you give me. So like I know I got on top of him and he started sticking his arm up and I'm even my corner is like, I don't know why he grabbed his arm. And then it's like then I watched a video and saw he stuck it up. It's like I would have took it too.
Yeah,
And then, because I tried the Kimura, I tried the arm bar, missed him, and then I was able to get up and his arm was free for the Americana. So that's why I grabbed it.
yeah,
Like if you give it to me, I'm grabbing it. But I've been doing this a long time, so I learned never to. I never. Uh, I mean, there's guys that will plot how they're going to do a submission. So, okay, I'm going for a triangle, so I got to do A, B, and C to get it. I look and like, okay, what do I have? Because I'm too lazy. I was like,
yeah.
I'm not going to
There's
take time
times
to
that
think.
yeah
Yeah, I'm not going to
there's
take time
times
to
you're
think
like
about what I'm going to do to you.
you can either hold the position, win the round, get the points, or like when it was like this is too good to be true, but I'm going to take it. He's gifting me this arm.
Yeah, that's all it was. Like, oh, there it is. I'm grabbing that. That's mine.
Yeah,
And yeah, and like I said, if he didn't do it, I don't know what I would have done. I don't think that far ahead.
yeah. What was it like for you to get that win? I think it had been a you hadn't really been active in MMA in a while. So what was it like to get in there, get that MMA fight, get that win?
Oh shit. I almost cried. I mean, it's because I went on such a losing streak in all combat sports. And my last MMA fight, luckily though, was a win, but that was in like 2015,
Yeah.
2016. Like that's how long ago. You know, then I lost my boxing fights, lost those kickboxing fights, and I'm like, what the hell? Am I just done and I don't know it? Yeah, I got, like I said, I had a good camp, like good people to train with, and I got it. And like, it took everything not to, you know, I was too tired, but I took everything for me not to jump up and down and everything. That's like when Elijah interviewed me. He's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I'm tired. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm an
Yeah.
old man. You know, old man still got it somehow, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because because there's some guys that are so active that I do want to fight because there's been guys like William Myers. Me and him talked about fighting forever, and we just never got to. Something always happens.
That's a fight now. I wonder if it would even get approved, man. Because I mean, you're winning. You've won some fights, and he's on like a 10 fight losing streak or something right now. Which, hey, I started that streak. I was the first fight in his losing streak. I'm the
But
I'm the last guy to fight William after he was coming off of a victory. So I beat him, and then everybody else since then has beat him. So
well, I mean that could be.
I'm gonna take claim. I'm gonna say that my overhand right is what set him up for all those other losses.
I mean, well, we at least check and see if we can get one of the Kentucky fights from the main.
Yeah,
Because, like I
yeah.
said, I mean,
Every time
if
I
I
try
can
to
beat
get
him, that'll give
William
me a tight
booked,
shot.
every time I get William booked for something, he takes something
Yeah.
else like a month before and then gets like a 2 or 3 month suspension. So
Well,
he's screwed himself out of a few good matchups.
I'll actually message him after we get done. I'll ask him if he want to fight in like March,
He's
and
fighting a
because that's when your
really
cards.
well. He's fighting a really good fighter in like February. So
Yes.
he's fighting somebody that's like 3-1 pro MMA. So probably not going to happen.
Well, still wouldn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that many people anymore, and I don't know how many people's in my weight class actually. So I don't know who to ask about or anything.
I don't know, I'm having trouble communicating with people. I got banned on Facebook. I got banned on TikTok. Too many people are anonymous reporting everything I post. So we're getting
Yeah, I don't know about
everything
that
I
shit.
do on social media is getting reported by somebody. I don't know what the hell is going on, but yeah, my personal Facebook is banned. My TikTok is banned. I haven't actually broken any rules. It's just too many anonymous reports by whoever.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I need a lot of people out there to give me some thumbs up because we're getting a lot of thumb downs. Yeah. But Matt, I believe that's all I got today, man. I know
That's all
we're
good
going to be talking soon, trying to get some stuff set up for you.
for sure.
It was good talking to you, having you back on,
Likewise.
talk about your recent fights. And one more question. You're closing out 24. What are some goals you have set for yourself in 2025?
Win a title. That's it. That's all I got.
So
That's all. So like I said, and it's funny because it's not even really a title anymore. It's because like with you, with Chase, everything, I have to win a title to get in the Hall of Fame. And I've been doing this shit 20 years, and I mean, I don't I don't want to sound cocky or conceited in any way, but I think I've done enough for the combat sport in the tri-state area that I should be in a Hall of Fame.
yeah,
Jujitsu, sport jujitsu, MMA, and kickboxing, doing it all. And I used to box in six different weight classes and stuff, and win. At one point I was number one in four different weight classes, and now here I am, 38 years old, and I am the number one ranked heavyweight MMA fighter in West Virginia. And so I want to be in a Hall of Fame, but I need a title to do that. Now I want my
yeah,
induction.
yeah. That is something we were looking at the other day. Yeah, you were number one in West Virginia, and I think it was number three as far as pound for pound went for the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, in the state of West Virginia, I
Pretty
am
cool.
number three pound for pound fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I looked, and the funny thing is, I think the number one fighter is a female, which I'm not taking anything away from her. Don't take me wrong, but she's
oh yeah,
from
she's good,
Pennsylvania.
Cheyenne. Yeah,
Yeah, she's from Pennsylvania though.
no, she's from West Virginia. I think
I thought it said Pennsylvania.
She may live in Pennsylvania now, but she's from here. She's got all
Okay.
of her family is in Mingo County. I think she grew up. I don't know if it was Roane County or something like that. She was a big softball player. She was a really good softball player coming up.
Yeah, I was just looking at the
Yeah,
I pulled up their profile on Tapology, and it just said her residence is in Pennsylvania. I'm like, man, the number one
yeah.
fighter in West Virginia is from Pennsylvania.
She is with. I don't know if they're engaged now or what. Former UFC fighter Chris Dempsey.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure they're around Pittsburgh. She's a pharmacist. Pharmacist first, fighter second. She was a hell of a softball player. She's got some younger sisters that are really good athletes. I believe they've won some state titles for Tug Valley in both softball and basketball. Her dad's the coach. I believe he was. He may still be the coach at Tug Valley for their softball team. And I know I had umpired before I moved away. I had umpired some of their games over there. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a
that's
West
awesome.
Virginia girl. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I just saw it and I was like, man, number one's from Pennsylvania. Well, damn.
yeah,
But like I said, here I am just getting active again, like really
yeah. I think
active.
the
And
number
I'm
two was
old.
Ethan Hayes. It's like four
Yeah,
and one,
I
five
forgot
and
that
one.
person's name. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a 4-1. I think you said. I think that's right because I looked him up too.
yeah,
And and then here I am, number three, and I'm like, I gotta fix that. Like I said,
yeah.
with all different, even at my age and everything, hell, I was speaking in front of the legislature and everything to get MMA legalized here, and so I was like, come on, I need to have something to show for all this. I've done everything I could for these sports and dedicated my life to it and my body. I'm a fucking cripple and I'm still here. And so I want my induction somewhere.
Yeah. Is
So
there
I need
like
a, I
any?
need
Is there any kind of official Hall of Fame or anything with the state, or is it just all like unofficial? Each promoter has their own thing.
an official each promoter. Like I remember when Trotter used to have his promotion, he inducted people and stuff. And I know
Uh,
you've done some inductions yourself. Chase does
I
his
don't.
inductions. I thought
I
you
don't
did some
think I've
inductions.
had any yet. It's something I do want to do, but we've only been doing this for a couple years, so no,
Yeah.
we haven't really
Well, I
had
know.
anybody go anywhere yet from our organization. We
Yeah.
got a
I mean,
couple
like I said, I know
guys like
Chase.
we got a couple guys that have been to BKFC. One guy got to the Ultimate Fighter. Two guys are like knocking on the door of the UFC right now, but we haven't really had anybody that's like made it like big, out of our league yet. But we're still a young league, man. We've only been doing like I know we started in 2018. Our first event got pushed back like three times, but we've been rolling ever since. Our first event ended up getting pushed back until March of 19. We're coming up on our 32nd event. We would have had more. I kind of like did some stuff with another organization there for a bit. I was working with somebody else, and we were just kind of flying under their banner, and then I went back to
Yeah.
running New Line. But yeah, we're still young, man. I mean, we're gonna probably hit our 50th event within the next 2 years. We definitely, at the pace we've been going, like 10 events a year, we're definitely going to hit it. But yeah, I think we're still young, man, and still a lot ahead. And I hopefully we can keep you active. You fought 4 times this year, maybe get 5 or 6 this year.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
would
I'll
love to
do
see
it.
that. Yeah, 5 or 6, get you some wins and build that record. Get not just one belt, get multiple belts, and go out happy. And
I mean, if you do a super cruiserweight, I could do not cut weight
yeah,
MMA. Because like well, not super cruiserweight, super heavyweight. I'm sorry. Like, well,
yeah.
that's 265 and up. I could just eat like shit and come in fully dressed,
Not a lot of
and I
people
could fight
around
for.
to do that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
not
gonna
not a
say
lot around.
I'll do that. I'll do
Or
that, and I'll fight for a
Get
heavyweight.
Rex White to come to MMA. Rex White come in there and be a scary man.
He is.
Speaking of Rex, Rex is finally getting his boxing debut. He's fighting for us March 22nd against Antonio Robinson. So
Okay. About
I don't,
time.
I'm you've probably seen Antonio. He's they call him the Mountain Man. He's from Virginia. He's probably going to switch
It
that
sounds
nickname
familiar.
soon. For now, he's still the Mountain Man, but he was living in West Virginia. But he just moved near the beach in Virginia. I think he's in Eastern Shore, Virginia, and
Yeah.
he's 6'4", 260, 265. So Rex is coming in like 6'9", like 400. So But
Yeah,
Rex moves.
Rex is a
He's
huge dude.
400, but moves like he's 200.
Fuck yeah, he does. Hell, when he came to the fight where I fought White, and he gives me a hug, damn near picks me up, and I'm not a small guy, and I'm like, he just picks me up like I didn't exist. So I can imagine doing MMA
Yeah,
against him. He'd
because it
throw my
goes.
ass around.
Yeah, Rex makes everybody look like a little fella.
Yeah, and then like you said, he should not move the way he does.
No, no, he moved. Yeah, he wasn't even like an athlete growing up. I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't playing sports. Like I was at, we went to the oh not we went to the same high school like 20 years apart, but
Yeah,
he yeah, I was like, hey, did you play football? Did you play this, that? I was the soccer coach there when he was in high school. I met him back around then, but I was the soccer coach for Logan High, and he was going there. But no, he didn't do anything. Like he's just there.
yeah,
No
he's just, I
football, no
mean,
basketball, nothing.
he's just gifted in combat sports.
Yeah, he is. He got in it. He started training to lose weight, and then he started getting good, and then he started noticing just like that he was beating up people in sparring that he shouldn't have been beating, and he's starting to get some confidence to him now, which is good because there for a while, like he would just kind of let people get in his head, and like I know, like you, like I believe you made him nervous early on, but like now,
I
if
didn't
you
know I
catch
did.
him now, he's going to come in. If you spar with him now, he's going to come in confident that he's going to beat your ass. So he
That's fine.
he just went to Ohio and sparred some really good pro fighters over there recently. He said they got the better of him, but he held his own. But I mean, these are guys that have had like tons of pro fights that he was sparring with. So his goal, he's talking about next year. He's wanting to go and win the state Golden Gloves and go to nationals and try to make a splash there. But he's wanting to fight. He's going to fight Antonio, and then he's trying to pursue the USA boxing and then go pro.
Okay, that's one way to do it.
It's a big man. It's a big man that moves
Very big man.
way too. I've never seen. I mean, at one time he was 600 pounds. So he went at 600 pounds. He moved good, and now he's like 400 pounds and moves really, really good. So
Yeah, that's saying he's got good power, everything.
yeah,
Like I said,
yeah,
he's that guy. You'll see him across the ring. If you don't know him, you're going to underestimate him. You're like, well, here's a big dude. And
yeah,
he's a real big guy. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to throw a flurry of punches and I'm just going to tag him. And then you realize he moves
yeah,
better than you.
yeah. He moves well. He thinks. He's playing chess in there with you. He's a move ahead. He's setting you up for stuff. So and he can
For
take a
sure.
shot. He can give a shot. So
For
you try to
sure. Seen
brawl. You
that.
try to brawl with him. It's not going to work. You try to box with him. It's not going to work. You try to get away from him. He's going to stay in your face because he's too quick. And
Yeah.
he's getting in shape. He's getting in really good shape. So he went. I think he sparred this weekend. He said that he did 10 3-minute rounds with somebody. So and he went pretty good the whole time. So and this is a 400-pound man doing that.
Yeah. That's like I said, that's how I used to do cardio when I was younger. And
Sparring.
yeah, I would just spar because everybody knows I don't run much. I do now
Yeah.
because I have to, but I don't run much. And um, they, so it used to be I used to go in the gym and I would spar 15, 20 rounds and I'd be fine because my ass ain't running. But now I don't have that option, so I got to compensate and I got to run. Like I said, I worked out today. I posted my video a little bit ago that like in between every set, I do 10 push up, 10 types of a push up, well, 10 of a type push up, sorry, and 10 of an ab exercise. And in between each exercise, I do 3 minutes cardio hard. So I did a bike today. I just got in there, just pushed it out for 3 minutes, and then I go do my next exercise. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm just going to pick a different style push up, different ab exercise, and a different type of cardio. So I might actually run tomorrow. So do a round of running in between each exercise. And that way it's just not me running for 20 minutes and cussing.
Pissed off. Damn it. Putting out
Yeah,
some
very
miles.
pissed. Yeah. But yeah.
All right. Well, Matt, appreciate you coming on. And I know you were
Yep.
about to leave the gym, and then you've
Yeah.
put in some miles on this treadmill now, thanks to this interview.
Mile and a half.
Mile and a half.
Got a mile and a half in. Yep.
That's some calories right there. But all right. Well, hey, anybody who's stuck around with us this long, thanks for watching. Matt, thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
appreciate it.
and look forward to having you back in the cage or the ring, whatever we can make happen.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. All right. Thanks, brother.
Like, later, man.